is United Kingdom Talk with Chris Reardon.
Good morning! It's Tuesday morning. It's the last day in June, boys and girls. Tuesday the 30th of June, 2020. Greetings, my dears, and welcome to this morning's United Kingdom Talk. Raffle tickets are standing by here. Here they are. All right, look at them all. There's hundreds of them in here, dear. Who's going to win the Superdraw today? It's our end of month Superdraw, and it's coming up live and exclusively on this. You won't be able to see this anywhere else, dear. No point in turning around onto another channel, dear. Joining or trying to be in two channels at once, like it was reliably. I have to mention this again, boys and girls. But only a couple of nights ago, it was spotted that Mr. Jason Hughes was on two channels at the same time. I mean, how can you possibly give this channel your full support when you're off on other little channels, dear? I don't mind so much when I'm not here, but honestly, when I take the time and trouble to get here on time, every time, I'm always here. When I say I'm going to be here, unless I've got some serious sickness or there's some sort of technical difficulty, I'm here. You were only half here. Shocking. Mandy, I'm sorry to call on you so early today, Mandy. I know you did it yesterday, but I don't think he's had a good enough thrashing from you, my darlings. I do feel there's going to have to be extra thrashing today for Jason. You're very, very disappointed, Jason. Very, very disappointed in your attitude. I mean, are you with us now? Possibly you flicked over to somewhere else for a few minutes, dear. Are you even there now? I mean, it may say hello in the chat box. You've probably got a couple of devices on. Or I just type in a quick message to Chris now and again so that it pretends that I'm here. But we know. Mandy, darling. Chop, chop, my love. Chop, chop. Outrageous. Paul and Lou think it's impressive. Well, I don't. I think the word we're looking for is disloyal. Don't you think so? I think the word we're looking for here is I've been retweeted by Gavin Bass. Thank you, Gavin. There's a loyal viewer. Gavin Bass. Very, very loyal. Very, very loyal. Well, I've been very, very busy dealing with the applications, boys and girls. Yes, as mentioned, again, another exclusive on this channel, live and... very good morning to anyone who doesn't like my voice. Who's that one who watches Gary's British Talk Show and doesn't like my voice? Who's that? I want names. Give me names. I'm compiling a list of blocks, of potential blocks this week. My block list is actually longer than the viewer list. Isn't that strange? I take great joy in pushing the block button, and once you've gone, there's no turning back. No turning back. I've been taking applications as revealed live and exclusively on this show yesterday. We were taking applications from children. We only went up to the age of 10. Up to the age of 10, we were taking applications from children written only in their own hand, not parents, not involved. Don't want parents. Not listening to parents. No, don't like them. Not listening to parents. Millennial parents. Oh no, go away, can't stand it. Only small children. We need small children who are going up to Leicester, and I've had to do it very quickly because the announcement has now been made by the great, what's his name again? One moment, please. Is it Dominic, what's his name? Is he back off holiday yet, Dominic? Is he still up there? Is he really? No, it's Matt Hancock. Yes. Matt Hancock has now made the announcement, boys and girls. Leicester becomes the first local lockdown after spike in corona infections, with schools and shops ordered to shut. But on this show yesterday, and I have, of course, sent a letter of recommendation into, what's his name again? Matt Hancock, myself. We announced that children are to be made available by this programme, right? And sent to Leicester and surround the city with super soakers. Super soakers. Oh yes, they're those water things, those water guns, and they've got great big tanks on them. Poor kids can barely lift the things, they're so heavy, full of water. We're sending an enormous army of small people, and we're sending small people. Number one, they're small. So these stupid adults who are walking around in Leicester, they won't even see them because they don't look down. They're so into just moaning about everything. Their heads are like that. So the kids can come in, underneath the waist area and fire these guns of water at them. Possibly some even lower than their knees. Lower a little bit, just fire. And they won't know where it's coming from. So as soon as someone tries to step out of Leicester, 200 little people will go for them with their water guns. And this programme has received thousands, I was up so late last night, thousands of applications from little people from all over the country, happy and willing to be taking the trip down to Leicester to help the country stop the infection by the people of Leicester. Terrible. Get those water cannons now. See, Boris should never have got rid of them, dear. What a mistake that was. But it doesn't matter. We don't need them because an army, and I mean an army, several lots, what do they call those? Platoons? Many platoons of small people are on their way to Leicester as we speak to assist in the lockdown of the infection that's trying to crawl out of there. Now and again they don't miss anything, those children. You know that. When is the last time you've been able to pull one over on one of your children? Who's very small? They know you're lying. And they're also very honest children. Children are very honest. They're always telling Uncle Chris about his blob. Do you know what my blob is? That's my blob. Uncle Chris, your blob seems to be getting bigger. That's what they mean. The bald spot on my head. Thank you very much, great niece Evie. And she's the leader, actually. I hope you don't mind that. That's probably a little bit of what's the word? A little bit of preferential treatment going in there for great niece Evie, who's 8. She's going to be the leader, like the army. What do you call it? What's the leader of the army person? Not the corporal. Much higher than that. The captain. Evie is the captain. She's already in Leicester. Actually, she's standing by there, and children are now turning up, ready to fire their water guns at anyone who's trying to leave Leicester. Thank you very much, children. You will be paid, of course, with bags of sweets. Right, good morning, everyone. Let's say hello to some people. Luke Trott, good morning. Adrian Richardson, hello to you. Paul and Lou are in the house nice and early. Lovely to see you get up early today, Paul and Lou. Dear me, what happened? Did someone say there was going to be a prize? Oh, you're there for the Superdraw, aren't you? The Superdraw is today. Someone's either going to win a mug or a fridge magnet. The choice is yours. See? I don't even force you to have a prize of my choice. You get to choose it as well. Just gets better and better, doesn't it? Morning to the delightful Mandy Devonport, as always, standing by there. Morning, Diane. Hello, Diane Jebb. Diane Jebb, there's our Gavin, head of Twittering. Head of Twittering is Gavin. Daniel Holmes in the house. Morning. Yes, he plays Popmaster 2. I know. He sits there playing Popmaster 2 while I'm doing my show. Rude. Rude. Thinks he's going to win the raffle after I find that out. Morning to Dan S. Bonjour, hola, buona dia. Where's the Italian one? You should have Italian one. Ciao bella, Italian. We do all the languages here. All the languages here. All the languages are here. Morning to Fran Green. Hello to John Aitken. Morning, John. Looking delicious as always. Not as delicious as me, but you're not doing too bad this morning. Morning to a filthy peasant. Is that everyone? There's Jason. Look at his little face appear at the bottom there, in the hope that he's going to be noticed now. Well, I don't know if I mean a timeout might have to happen actually. If this happens, I mean he may be if he's reported to me while we are live, okay, that he's been spotted on another channel commenting, we will do a timeout. We will have to do a timeout. So please, everyone, keep an eye on Jason Hughes. Not only will Mandy Davenport dish out pain and suffering, he will also get a timeout as infected by me. Click. No commenting for 5 minutes. Oh, perhaps you'd like that, Jason. No, perhaps you'd like a little timeout on my channel. You know, it'd give you more time to sort of comment on other channels then, my love, wouldn't it? Hey, you won't have to worry so much about commenting on here. It'll give you time out for 5 minutes. Perhaps you could spend some time out on another channel, whatever one that happens to be, dear, and you'll have more time to convert to them. Good morning to Joe Woodroffe. I am very pleased to say Joe Woodroffe claimed her prize. There she is. She won the fridge magnet yesterday. Number 344 was indeed Joe Woodroffe. And she claimed her prize last night, which is now in the little letterbox, darling, okay? Remember, post is a little bit... It's all first class. Post is a little bit slow at the moment. But it'll get to you sort of within a few days. I'm sure it will anyway. That being said, there's a couple of people who haven't got their stuff at the moment, although one of those in the States, so I'm not surprised about that one. Well done, Joe. Congratulations, darling. All right, my love. Good morning to Park Nest as well. We've got some hot weather coming back, apparently. Yes, indeed. Feel the heat, it says here. Hot weather in the sun today could return to the UK in July. Well, we hope so, dear, because it was a bit cold yesterday, weren't it? Bit cold. While temperatures have dropped since last week's heatwave conditions, the latest weather map shows that the heat could soon return to the heatwave. It's a heat wave. Oh, baby, it's a heat wave. Ba-ba-ba-ba. I do like a bit of Motown, don't you? Do you like Motown? Always, when I used to do weddings, DJ at weddings, Chris Ridden's Mobile Disco. Yes, with the rope light. There was always, I always did a Motown section. Went down really well. You know, ooh, ooh. Baby love, my baby love. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Stop in the name of love. People on the world, join hands on a love train, and all those ones. I love it. It says weather charts show. That's going on about Spain there. Hang on a minute. Much of Europe will be experiencing temperatures above 30 degrees centigrade over the early period of July, including parts of Spain. It said France will be slightly cooler, while the UK may not match Europe's soaring temperatures, and actually good, you know, because we don't like it too hot, do we? You know, anything above 30 and I get quite uncomfortable. Where my niece is in Cyprus, 40 yesterday. 40! Sod that. It's too much. 40 degrees is too much, don't you think? 40 is far too much. I would be very uncomfortable there. But they just go to the sea. They either go to the sea or they've got this massive swimming pool. She's on Akrotiri because the husband's in the RAF, and they have a wonderful life over there. I don't suppose as children you really appreciate things, but I can see they have an absolutely wonderful life over there in Cyprus at the moment. They've got 3 years. Well, they've done 1 year already. How quick did that? Well, actually 1.5 years. End of June, they've done 1.5 years already. I can't believe it. I went twice last year. The intention was to go twice a year. Of course, can't go at the moment. Even if they was to open the flights now, I wouldn't be going, you know. I want to be sit on a plane. It only takes one person to be infected and sneeze over everyone, doesn't it? The south of England is set to see highs of 22 degrees centigrade. Well, that's not a lot, is it? However, July will not be without rain. Well, I don't think 22 degrees is hardly hot, is it? I mean, it's all right, don't get me wrong. But that's just sort of a pleasant temperature. It's hardly a heat wave, is it? That's in the sun this morning. Won't be able to breathe. Talking of not being able to breathe, the air pollution's back up again. Well, surprise, surprise. What did you think was going to happen when the cars come back to work? Dear me. Air pollution levels in London, Paris, Bonsoir, Rome, Ciao Bella, and other European cities have all resurged as a result of the coronavirus lockdowns being eased. We can't breathe. Who's coughing? Are you coughing? Stop driving around. God's sake, can't you walk everywhere? Take your bike and walk. A benefit of the lockdown has been low pollution levels and clear skies due to fewer cars on the road, says the Centre for Research on Energy and Clean Air. Who thinks of these wonderful names from various departments? The gradual easing of the measures over the last month has resulted in an increase in deadly nitrogen dioxide in the air in more than 20 European cities. We can't bleed and breathe again. Nitrogen dioxide levels, NO2 for our chemist-type people. Concentrations fell during the lockdown, but they reached a low in the UK's capital around late April. But the city has since registered a 34% increase in NO2 levels from the lowest air quality reading during lockdown to the most recent in months. So it's gone back up again. I mean, that was going to happen anyway, wasn't it? You know, it's a shame though we couldn't have learnt from it. Well, I mean, I'm sure we did learn from it, but what are you supposed to do? What can you do? That mayor has already increased the what's that called? That congestion charge thing, isn't it? He's already done that. I don't think that makes any difference. Congestion charge, you know, if it's like people who smoke. You know, it doesn't matter how high the cigarette prices go up, unless they go up to like, I don't know, £10,000 a packet. People are always going to be able to find that money if they take it from somewhere else. You know, what is it now to drive into London? Is it? I think it's a total of about £25 to £30 a day. That's with congestion charge and the other. There's another. What's the other charge? The pollution. Oh, low emission zone. Low emission zone is one thing, and congestion charge. There's two things you have to pay if you go into London. Oh yes, dear. Yes, but I don't think that makes much difference. The only way you could do it is to close the roads. Simple as that. Close the roads and only have lorries and buses, that sort of thing, and bikes and things like that. That being said, they told you, don't use the public transport unless you have to. Well, which is it? Which is it? Very difficult to sort something out like that, I think. Very, very difficult. Let's just scroll up a little bit there. Well done, as I say, to Joe Woodruff. Little fridge magnet in the post for you, my love. Good morning to Heidi Young. Morning. I love those little smiley faces people put there sometimes. Parkness says it's wet where he is today. No rain here yet. I don't know if we've got rain today. I hope not, because I didn't have much of an exercise yesterday. I got on my bike, of course, to go down to the sorting office to post all the prizes off from Sunday night, as I always do on a Monday now. And it was a bit chilly. I had a T-shirt on and my Ursula hooded top, my Ursula sweatshirt, a picture of Ursula. Unfortunately, I was cleaning the kitchen in it a few weeks ago, and I got blooming bleach on here, and it's all stained. It doesn't bother me really. Like my dear neighbour Dave says, I was saying that, I must get my hair cut done. Look at the state of it. And Dave next door, he's just sort of older than me. He said, Chris, we don't really have to worry about that at our age. He's right. He is right, of course. So I cycled down to the sorting office with my T-shirt. I had a pair of shorts on and, as I say, a sweatshirt. And it was a little bit chilly. It was really windy yesterday. Quite unusual at this time of the year. More like a sort of September, October type wind. You know, and of course, all the trees at the moment are covered in leaves. I mean, the ones around here anyway. I've got pine trees here, as you can see, outside the window there. Can you see those? Yeah, I know that doesn't look like a pine tree there. That's ivy growing up the pine tree. And quite a lot of the trees around here, they're 3 times taller than the house. It's beautiful here. Absolutely beautiful. In fact, it's so beautiful that all my flowers have come out around the front now. And I have a short video to show you today, boys and girls. A short video of my flowers round the front of the house. To see that, I will require, we got 11. I will require a total of only 20 likes. That's absolute bargain. That's all I've got to show you today, I'm afraid. Just a little video of my front garden, which I made only half an hour ago, of all the flowers. It's very pretty. Want to see that? You need to like the show. How do you do that? Underneath the YouTube box, there's an up thumb and a down thumb. Click the up thumb, and that will create a like. If you can click a down thumb if you really hate me that much and disgust me, and I disgust you and you really hate me loads, hit the down thumb, but it won't affect the up thumbs, okay? All right, by doing that, it doesn't worry about that, so whatever you want, and that's good. And I shall show you the pictures of all my flowers. We've got 13 at the moment. We require 20 to see that. So it was a little bit chilly on that bike, and I got to the post box, and usually after that I'll go for a bit of a bike ride, because there's some lovely places around there, really. There's a little village called Binfield. And you may have seen, I haven't got it on the system, you may have seen the picture I showed you of me and the horses a couple of weeks ago. Well, that was after I posted the letters. I went for this random cycle. And I just keep going until I've had enough. Then I come back the other way. And I ended up going between these two fields. And it was two beautiful horses. And they were right on the other side of the field, they were. And I stopped there and got off the bike and went to the fence, and I'm like, hello, you two. They came trotting over. Trot, 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 trot. They came. They put their heads over the fence and allowed me to stroke them. There was two of them. That one wanted the most strokes. That one as well. They come and I was stroking them like that. And the one on the left, it leant right over and started biting my not my bum, no. They started biting the bike, the bag on the back of my bike. I've got panniers, but I've got a bag on the top as well. I'll put my lock and keys in while I'm cycling along. Actually, those bags really need to be replaced. Next time I buy a new bike, I'll get a new set of bags as well. They've got to be 25 years old, those bags. You know, but they've lasted well over the years. It was biting it. I think it thought I might have had something to eat in there, like an apple or something. Next time I go that way, I'll take a couple of apples in there, and you've got to be careful. Put them like that with your hand flat. Don't put them like that, because they can bite the tops of your bleeding hands off as well, dear. How am I going to get home with no hands, dear? Shocking. And they were lovely, those things. But I didn't go that far because I thought it was a bit chilly yesterday. So I just came straight home and had some lunch, which was my camp vile stew, which I like very much, as you know, very, very spicy. Do the roads seem a lot more faster and aggressive now? Now, fortunately, around here, I rarely have to go on roads. We've got cycle paths and pavements, and I'm usually cycling on those. I very, very rarely go on the road, but the cars seem to be a lot faster and a lot more aggressive towards each other at the moment. I noticed this. There was a cyclist the other day. I was crossing a main road coming back from Crowthorne, which again is a lovely sort of a medium-sized village. I think you'd call it, really. That's where I go to Lidl. And I'd cycled down there and I'm crossing this main road. It's a dual carriageway. One side is closed at the moment because they're doing some works there, you know, for a long time, actually. It's closed for a long time, right through to October. The other side, the cars still come through, right? And I'm just crossing. I'm now on the central bit, reservation, waiting for a gap, but there's a queue of traffic. So that's stopped and I've gone across, and that's fine. And I'm cycling off, and I can hear beep, 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 beep. I'm a look bloke, and there's some it's always a young male, usually, isn't it? There's a young bloke hooting a car in front who had stopped because there was someone on a bike in front of him, but because the road was so narrow where the roadworks was, you can't get past the bike. And he was hooting the car in front. Whether or not he could see the bike or not, I don't know. And he was only one behind. And I thought, why are you hooting like that? You know, you've only been held up by about 4 seconds. And he's not the only one, to be fair. It just seems to be a lot of very fast drivers. Either that, or they just don't know how to use their gears anymore. You hear them, don't you? And I think, for Christ's sake, change that gear. Like that they are. And they attach, lads usually, they attach those blooming noisy things onto the backs of their exhausts. Why? Why do you want to do that? And how much does one of those cost? We like quiet drivers, thank you very much. Oh, the noise. But there's a lot of fast people at the moment. Very, very fast, chasing each other. I thought it was bad before this virus thing. It seems to have got even worse. Has anyone else noticed that, I wonder? I'm just glad that I don't have to cycle on the roads. Well, you've got a lot of cycle lanes in London now anyway. But I'm glad I don't have to cycle on roads, really. Up in Lincolnshire, a little bit different. There aren't really any cycle paths where our Lincolnshire television studio complex is. You know, so I cycle on the roads there. But then the drivers seem to be much calmer there. They're much calmer. Let's see what you're saying there this morning. Fun things to do with deck. A very good morning to you. Morning to you. There are too many snowflakes in the UK. I don't do snowflakes. I usually block them. I think they're boring people. I think snowflakes are very boring people. Let them live their own sad, lonely, pathetic lives with absolutely no humour. They don't want to laugh. They don't want to take a risk. They want to be offended. No, not interested in snowflakes. They go, excuse me, who are you, please? And I look at them and immediately you can see that they have no humour. They have no humour in their sad, lonely, pathetic lives. And I have to ask them, excuse me, are you a snowflake? What do you mean? Are you a snowflake? Oh, I'm really offended by that. Are you a snowflake? Thank you, bye-bye. No, wait, bye-bye. I've gone. Can't be bothered. Can't be bothered. You cannot entertain anyone who doesn't want to be entertained or wants to be offended all the time. So you might as well give up now. Don't try, because you'll end up being hurt by trying them. No, just let them go, dear. Let them go. 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 Good morning to Terry. Morning, Terry is in the house this morning. I am functioning normally this morning at Parknest. I'm very pleased to say I am. How many likes? We got 18. We need only 2 more likes, and I will show you some picture of some beautiful flowers from my front garden this morning. Okay, all that work, all those months of me talking and being crushing. I'm sorry to say this, even as a vegetarian, vegans all over the world are going to hate me for that. Oh, I'm a vegan. Let me stick myself to a wall. Vegans all over the world will be horrified to hear that I spent most of the spring months in this country outside our Bracknell, Berkshire television studio megastructure crushing lily beetles. Perhaps we should have a funeral for the lily beetles. What do you reckon? I should collect them all together. Me and Claire. And who's the other one? Sean Pye. Sean Pye, Claire and myself are lily beetle murderers. Da 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 da! I wonder what hymns we could have. Should we do Abide With Me? Abide with me, fast falls the ocean star, or something like that. Verse 2. Oh no, okay then, don't. All those months spent crushing the lily beetles have resulted in the most magnificent display of lilies I have ever had in my entire life. And we now have, I'm pleased to say, 24 likes. Are you ready? Here is the front garden. There you go. See those pink ones there? They're Lavateria. Chopped those right down a couple of years ago and they've come back up again. There's my lilies. That's your first look at my lilies there. Okay. That there are geraniums, hanging down geraniums. They're 3 years old. I keep them going. There's my monkey tree. A little bit fast there. More lilies. Look, all different coloured lilies. I haven't got any pink ones. I must get some pink ones. We've got red geraniums down there. There's my hydrangea. Not doing too well on the flowers, the hydrangea. Very disappointing now, and I don't know why. A fuchsia there. Not sure what those yellow things are at the back there. And we're about to get a good view of the lilies. Here they go. Oh, look at them. There's hundreds of them, dear. Hundreds. Coming round to the front. That thing climbing there is a kiwi plant thing. But I don't get any kiwis. I guess it's not hot enough. There's my hanging baskets. Hanging baskets are there. And we're coming round for another... Oh, look. Look at those. Are yours that good, Sean Pye? Have you been crushing those lily beetles, my darling? Lilies, lilies, lilies. Oh, I love them. They'll be gone in a couple of weeks. How sad is that? All right, and now just coming round to the front of the house now. You'll see the hanging baskets again there. Okay, and as I say, those hanging baskets, in the winter, they go down to nothing. And you just, I put them, there we go, and I just water them a little bit now and again throughout the winter just to keep them going. And then in spring, I cut them right back almost to the ground and they come back up again. 3 years old, those hanging baskets are. I changed the earth in the baskets. I kind of take them out, and when you put them back, they're not going to come back. Just keep watering them. Back they come again. In fact, this year, I took some cuttings off them as well, and they also have taken in separate pots. So I'll have some more of those next year. I love it. I'm an amateur gardener, boys and girls. I'm not professional. Certainly, I'm not professional in anything. Piano playing, television host, presenting. As you know, I'm an international television host, but I never professed to be professional. No. Can you just say? Can you just imagine if I said I was a professional television show? You get all these other people, judging. You get Judge. What's his name? Judge Peter is on here often. Judge Peter Wright. Judges, darling. Judges. Morning to Adam La Plama. Morning, Adam. Hello to you. Michael, just jump down a little bit there. Where we are. Michael Lawrence, good morning. Hello to Denise Andrews. Morning, lovely Denise. Good morning to Shania. Hello, lovely Shania Steele. You can't sing now. You might be able to hum, though. I like a little bit of a hum. There's a few people humming on this channel, I think. Morning to John Parrish. We've now got to take the statue of Charles Dickens down. Is that the next one to go, is it? But it's okay, John. All these statues are being replaced with statues of me. It's wonderful, dear. They keep coming round here, people from various different councils. Councils like Bradford, Southwark, Lambeth, councils like that. They're coming around. Hello, Chris, you're a friend to all communities all over the world, except stupid people. I'm not really a friend to stupid people. I soon weed those out. People that come on when I've put, tonight's bingo is at 8 o'clock. And then they put underneath, can you tell me what time the bingo's on tonight? God. Morning to Daniel Woodhouse. Carrie Ann Hooper. You're new, aren't you? Welcome along, Carrie. I'm a little bit mad, Carrie. Don't worry about me, my darling. I'm quite harmless. Unless you're a millennial. Are you a millennial? Morning, Gary. There's Gary's British talk show. Good morning, Gary. Can we have the name of the person, Gary, who doesn't like my voice, who watches your show? We need names. I'm compiling a list of names, Gary, so that I can block them. We want to get to 1,000 blocks by the end of the year. Hello to Adrian Richardson. Were you a choir boy? No, I wasn't actually. I was in the school choir. But I wasn't a choir boy as in a church, with all the outfits and all that business on. My school is quite famous for its choir. I think they called it a cantora. Shania, know. What's that called when they have a group of... I don't know if it's boys or boys and girls. Not quite sure. Scholar? Is it a scholar? Scholar, the London Oratory School Scholar. And they go into... they've made records and everything. But I wasn't in that. There you go. Fiona. Oh, look. How funny to see Jason. He was in Gary's room earlier. I think this is all Jason Hughes does. He just goes from channel to channel. What's all that about, Jason? I know what it is. You haven't got a TV, have you? No TV licence. So you're on all these chat shows. Carrie, it wasn't you who doesn't like my voice, was it, my love? Whereabouts are you in the country, Kat? Are you in the UK, my darling? Well, you don't need your full address, my love. Just the sort of area that you're in. We like to know where people are, but welcome along. Yes, quiz night tonight, boys and girls. We do a quiz on Tuesday night. 8 o'clock is quiz time. That's all ready to go. There's current affairs. There's general knowledge. The music round, which I think is particularly good. I've done well with the music round this week, I must say. The music round is done. There's a picture round, which today is car logos. The badges on the front of cars, that's the picture round. And of course, we have a slightly easier children's round for those people that are thick and score very low scores on all. Well, I will say it, thick, and they score very low scores on all the other rounds. The children's round is just for you to make you feel a little bit better in your sad, lonely, pathetic lives of low scoring. All right, so that's happening tonight at 8 o'clock, my darlings. John's just found out his window cleaner has passed away with the virus. I'm sorry to hear that. Very sorry to hear that, sir. Yep. John, the Roman Who's statue is outside Westminster as he used slaves. The Roman Who's? What's the Roman Who's? I don't know what that one is. Don't know what that is. Don't know that. Daniel Woodhouse says, 1,000 blocks, that would be a negative 960 viewers. Isn't that weird how some people know numbers and things like that, like they've been checking up on you? Why do people want to check? When I finish the show, do people sort of start searching for pieces of information about me? You don't need to do that. Just ask. Just ask anything you want. And I may or may not answer your question. May or may not answer your question. A very good morning to the delightful Michael Pullman, who's in Australia. We are a nighttime show in Australia. Morning, Michael. Let's just scroll down a little touch there, my loves. See where people what people are doing. Emperor. I don't know that one. Don't know that one. Is that everyone? There we are. Fiona. And Fiona's there as well. Excellent. Okie doke. Right, let's carry on, my darlings. I'll come back to the messages a little bit later on. As I say, I don't cycle on roads. The roads are, I would say, as busy as they were now before the lockdown, which is not necessarily a good thing. We do have a super draw today, by the way, boys and girls. Did I mention at the beginning of the show? End of the month, we always have a super draw. That's all the tickets that you've either collected on the Monday draw or indeed the Super Chatters draw, which we have on Thursday. All those tickets that have been taken so far, except the ones for this week, okay? So anything that the Thursday ones and yesterday's ones, except the ones for this week, are now in that bucket, and someone today who's got a raffle ticket will win either a magnet or a mug, whichever you want. All right? Carrie's in a small village in South Wales. That sounds nice. Oh, I bet that's lovely there. Is it quiet there? I like quiet. You wouldn't think it, would you? I do like a bit of peace and quiet. There we are. I did a little bit of DIY yesterday. Rather successful, actually. Very successful. You know what my DIY is like? Don't do it, dear. Leave it alone. Do not touch a hammer. But I did yesterday. There's a wood bit. So if my kitchen top is there and the wall is there's a bit of wood that goes there. And it had come up. It was sticking up like that. So it's our old friend, No More Nails. Oh, yes. So I squeezed some of my the waterproof one, because there's two different versions. Be careful of that. That's what nearly swore. That's what I mucked up outside my house when I was putting the tiles up on the wall there. I used the internal one, and the thing comes smashing to the ground as soon as it got wet. The waterproof one is really good. It's so strong. Once you've used it for something, that ain't coming off again, mate. Simple as that. So anyway, I squeezed some of my waterproof No More Nails under this bit of wood like that. Okay, squeeze carefully. Pushed it down, and I got a temporary nail, which I banged in the top there to hold it in place. Okay, then I got rid of all the extra white stuff that's along there with my finger. Wet the finger. I watched it on YouTube. Did that, and that's it, and that's all set now, and the nail is ready to be removed. Now, what do I do that with the hole that the nail's made? Do you feel that? Or should I just leave it? Be all right, wouldn't it? Oh, no, I could put a little bit more No More Nails in that, couldn't I? And make that nice and tidy. So there we are. Chris Reardon DIY is here, available for your services. Okay. And last night I had my tea tree oil and salts foot spa. 1.5 hours my feet were in there. Trench foot afterwards, but it was a very pleasurable experience. The only thing is it switches off after an hour and you have to switch it back on again. And I put my feet in there. I was watching two things on the telly yesterday. Something I've been watching over a few days, actually, is a film on Netflix called 365, which is about this bloke who's hugely rich, drop-dead gorgeous, absolutely stunning-looking Italian bloke. He's about 6'5" tall. He is gorgeous. Absolutely. You wouldn't say no. Even Jason Hughes wouldn't say no. Well, he'd be too busy. He'd be too busy on several shows at the same time, tapping away, wouldn't you, dear? Huh? That's what would happen there. So he's gorgeous, and he uses women really, but then he falls for this woman, okay? But at first she's like she don't want to know, right? And he grabs her and locks her in a room and says, I give you 1 year, I won't touch you unless you want to be touched, sort of thing. I give you 1 year to fall in love with me. If you don't, you're free to go. And he basically imprisons her. And eventually she falls in love with him. That's all I'm going to say. But it's a good film. It's a really good film. And he's very well known on the island. And I think there's like drug dealings and things going on like that. All part of the film, of course. It's very, very good. And it's got an ending that you wouldn't expect. Okay? That's all I'm telling you. The film is called 365. Has anyone watched that on Netflix? 365. Very, very good indeed. Very good. 365. And also a film I watched last night, not quite at the end of this yet, is Skyscraper, as recommended to me by DJ Chris, who's not with us this morning. He's probably still asleep at the moment. Skyscraper, which is basically about this, I think it's China. Or is it Hong Kong? Hong Kong is China now, isn't it? Yeah. It's about this bloke in Hong Kong, and he builds the world's tallest skyscraper, right? And it catches fire. But how does it catch fire? If I told you that, I'd be telling you the film, so I won't, okay? All right? So that's a really good film. Two great films for you to watch if you're not doing anything tonight. Bearing in mind, Holby City is on, and we don't want to miss that. Holby City tonight on BBC One Colour at 8 o'clock. Holby City tonight, two films, Skyscraper and 365, both on Netflix. All right. What else have we got? We got a few bingo places actually have appeared. Okay, a couple of people dropped out Sunday. So if you want to be added to the bingo is Sunday night 8 o'clock. It's really good. You'll get a little bingo ticket through the email system. 3 bingo tickets through the email system between the times of 8 a.m. and sort of 2 p.m. They don't all come at once. They come separately. So you get one about 8, one about 10, and one about 12, or anywhere in between that. You know, don't people email you at 8:01 because they haven't got the ticket. You know, for Christ's sake, give it a chance to come. And we do the bingo at 8 o'clock on Sunday nights. If you want to join that, send us an email to that email address there and say, please add me to the bingo, and I will reply to your email as soon as you've been added, and you'll be able to join us on Sunday night. Okay? New radio station I've discovered, Times Radio. Times Radio. We now have, fortunately, in this country, at last, several talk radio stations to listen to. I think as you get older, you don't so much want music radio. I certainly can't be listening to Capital Radio or Heart. I mean, how boring is Heart Radio? Just the same songs over and over again. Bland DJs with no love. Oh, hello, how are you today? Oh, it's really nice to hear you. And what do you do for a living? Oh, right, where are you going on? It's the same crap all the time. No entertainment whatsoever. Bland. I don't like bland. Well, we've got another talk radio station now, and it's called Times Radio. Times Radio seems to be an offshoot of talk radio and talk sports. I'm a bit of a fan of talk radio. I very much like Julia Hartley-Brewer first thing in the morning, and I also like the Independent Republic of Mike Graham, which is on at 10 o'clock in the morning. And the bloke after him, what's he called now? Matthew Wright. I think it's Matthew Wright on there as well. Ian Lee's just left the station. I don't know who's replaced Ian Lee at night. I haven't looked at the schedule yet, but I'm not really listening to things at night at the moment because, of course, I'm here rather than in the car where I'd normally be. So that's Talk Radio. Times Radio appears to be an offshoot from Talk Radio, and I've got to be honest, I dropped in and out of it yesterday, and it was good, but it seems to be the same as Talk Radio, but with different presenters. You know, I mean, you could have two people doing the same thing, but you'd have two different voices. So that kind of works. No problem with that at all. Now, their schedule, which I've just checked for you, Times Radio, which I think you can get online, of course. Your smart speaker will play it. Just say Amazon device, play Times Radio, and it'll start playing it. Okay, that's all seems to be set up. It's all you can also listen online. Just type in Times Radio, you'll find it. And their schedule is, I don't know any of these names, to be honest. 5 to 6 a.m, Callum MacDonald with Early Breakfast, don't know him. One name I do know, the 6 till 10 o'clock, which would be their big show. The breakfast show on radio is like the crown in their jewels, if you see what I mean, of all radio stations. That's when it comes to radio, their most important show of the day is the breakfast show, followed by the drive time show. They're the most important. In fact, some stations only have those two shows. The rest of the time, it's automated play-out music, which I don't understand that at all. That was never the idea of radio. You know, whether you've got one person listening, you know, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or 10 million people listening at 6 o'clock in the morning, I think they should all have the same entertainment. But they don't. You know, it's all run by accountants and money men, and if it doesn't pay, then that's got to go, and that's just how it is now, I'm afraid. Thank God for BBC local radio, where they've all, you know, they seem to keep going, doing what they do, among all the criticism they get from the independent local radio stations, because the independent local radio stations, they'd love to see the BBC local stations gone, because that's competition, you see. Oh, they're not doing things right. We don't think they should be. It's very unfair. No, because they want all the listeners. They won't have to try. Well, they're not exactly trying hard now, are they? Networking, everything all up. But anyway, so the Times Radio, they've got Asma Mir. I don't know who that is. I think that's the lady. Stig Abel, I know that name, Stig Abel. That's the Times Radio Breakfast. They're on in the morning. 10 till 1, they got Matt Chorley. Don't know him. I don't know any of these people. 1 till 4, Mariella Frostrup. What a great name. Frostrup. Frostrup. What a great name. I love it. Mariella Frostrup. Then 4 till 7, John Pinar with Times Radio Drive. Don't really know him. 7 till 10, Phil Williams. And 10 till 1, Carol Walker. And then between 1 and 5, they do the best of Times Radio, which I would assume is bits and pieces that some technical bod has collected throughout the day and put on. So give that a try. It's quite entertaining, Times Radio. But as I say, it seems to be the same as Talk Radio, but with different people. Which, as I say, I don't really have a problem with that, but that's all right. You know, if you want news all day, you've now got BBC Radio 5 Live, which, you know, not too keen on that one, to be honest. Or you've got LBC News. LBC have got two stations, remember? You know, there's their talk station, you know, with people like Nick Ferrari in the morning. He's quite good. And you've got that ghastly man after him. What's his name? Oh, he's just so left-wing, it's unbelievable. James O'Brien. Oh, what a miserable git that is. He just moans and moans and moans. I can't bear him. And his face, he looked like he's got a squashed tomato shoved in his mouth all the time. He's so miserable, it's unbelievable. Really. Someone in the afternoon, who's the 1 o'clock person? Lady in the afternoon, she's all right. And Clive Bull, of course, he doesn't have many shows on there. Clive Bull, I think, is brilliant. And, of course, the great king of all talk show hosts, Steve Allen. But he's on early morning, sort of 4 till 6:30. So the only time I hear him, really, is if I pick up the podcast. So you've got that as well. So we've got a few talk radio stations here, which is great. You know, at last. You go to America or Australia, as Michael Pullman will tell you. In Australia, the main format of radio in Australia is not music radio, it's talk radio. You go across all these little places, they're all chatting away. And America, of course, where you've got everything in America. Mind you, it doesn't matter so much on radio. You can pick all this stuff on the internet anyway. You can choose whatever country you want. I don't know, the Maldives. I'm sure there's a talk station there. Type in Maldives talk station and you can listen to what they're chatting away at. You know, that's assuming the water hasn't come up too far. Because that's sinking, isn't it? Anyway, so give that a go. Talk radio there. All right, let's just scroll up a little bit here. Her village is far from quiet, says Carrie-Anne. Is that you making all the noise, my love? Carrie-Anne's making too much noise in her village. They got onto the council. You won't know who it is. Oh, hello. Yeah, hello. Yes, we're getting a lot of noise from someone in one other neighbour. Oh, could I make this anonymous, please? It's Carrie-Anne's her name. Yes. Number 13. Yes, that's right, yes. Yeah. Oh, I don't really want to leave mine now. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Anonymous. Yes, thank you very much. Bye-bye. You'll never find out who it was. Good morning to Mr. Media Mate. Hello to you. Let's see. Mick Davenport. Just say Mick Davenport. Someone saying hello to Mick. I didn't see Mick Davenport there. Daniel Woodhouse. I wish we could do this chat on Zoom. I'm getting fed up of typing all my back chat and put downs on the show. I don't think so. No, there won't be any Zoom doing a show. No, thank you, Daniel. You must be joking. It's bad enough having to look at some of these messages now. There's no way I'd ever do this on Zoom. No, thank you. No, thank you very much. It's boring. I understand. It's not for me, that Zoom thing. And I've seen excellent shows. What's his name? In particular, Mick. Oh, Mick. Oh, Mick DIY Mick. Oh, Christ, what's his name now? Mick's Mowers. He does that sort of show. Several people on the screen at the same time. I can't watch it. It does my head in seeing all those faces on the telly at the same time. No, that's not for me. That's not to be said. It's not popular, because it is very popular. But that's just not for me. It's not my way of doing things. And to have all these people... Can you just imagine all these people shouting at you all the time? You know. Oh, do my head in. No, we're not doing Zoom. Morning to LaBelle, your emerald-eyed summer romance of magic. Give me romance in the air, my lovely LaBelle. Morning, LaBelle. Lovely, darling. Scrolling down now. Fiona loved the Eurovision comedy on Netflix. It was cheesy and bring back memories of Eurovision. Wasn't it hilarious, Fiona? I'm so glad you watched that. That was my Saturday night this week. I went round my mate's house and we watched it together. We were howling. It was the funniest send-up ever I've seen of something. Really good. If you've not seen that yet, gang, please watch that on Netflix. Just give it 20 minutes. It's a little bit of a slow start, and then something funny happens, and that's it. It's got you. You won't want to leave it after that. Really good. Look how smiling I am. It was so funny, that Eurovision thing on Netflix. Can you just imagine the Eurovision snowflakes? Oh, and we don't like that. They're taking the mick out of our Eurovision Song Contest. That's really Eurovision phobic. There's a new word for you. Watch out for the little left-wing group that comes up on Facebook for that. Eurovision phobics. Get them out. There we are. Something else for the little lot to moan about. Thank you, Joe. Everyone should be watching the quiz tonight and not watching TV. I highly recommend that. Quiz night tonight, 8 o'clock. Can you do me a favour? When you see the poster come up advertising the quiz, if you could copy and paste that onto your various walls, and let's get a few more people together for that. I'd love to get to 100 for that. I'm not led by numbers, but I'd just like to get to 100 for the quiz, and we're nowhere near it. I thought we would have done it. I've spent quite a lot of time and work trying to advertise it, but it's just not happening. One of those things. Perhaps it's just one of those things people are not too keen on the way I do it, which is quite possible. You know, we don't all like everything, do we? Can you just imagine if everything was the same and bland? You know, like the music on Heart. God, it's so boring. Morning to Gary Butler. Morning to you. Morning, Gary. George Bond is in the house. Morning to you. Daniel usually hates standard pub quizzes. I mean, writing answers down and swapping papers for making it feels as boring as a school exam. Yeah, but the thing is, Daniel, it has to be said, again, it's serious people. It's too many serious people in the room. You know, I had people when I was doing quizzes in pubs. You know, oh, why can't you just read out the questions? They're boring. My friend Simon Keane, right? He does, or used to do karaoke nights. He gave up in the end because he'd be doing the karaoke night. Now and again, he'd throw in a funny here and there. And they say, can we just sing the songs? And I think, you boring gits. You are so boring. People are so boring. It's unbelievable. They really are. We should have some sort of alarm. Perhaps there's an app I can download onto my phone, right? So that an alarm goes off whenever a known boring person is near my vicinity, then I can walk the other way. I don't want to see a miserable face. I'm sorry, I don't. And then there's the snowflakes that, oh, you don't know what's going on in their lives. Listen to me, I know some people that have been terribly ill. Some people are no longer with us over the years, and they kept laughing until the day they die. God's sake, look at non-Irish Mary from Ireland, who we lost last year, joking about her terminal cancer right up to the day she died. She would joke about it. That's how to be. We don't do boring. Good morning to John Glazenbrook. Morning to John Glazebrook. He's in Brixton. He was on the riots the other day, weren't you, John? Smashing up police cars and that sort of thing. I hope you weren't. Morning to you, John. Fiona's changed her device to answer to Amazon because the other word was mentioned too much now by playing Times Radio. No, it's playing Times Radio. Is it really? Do you not know how to get Times Radio on your Amazon? Do you not? Alexa, play Times Radio. Oh, hang on a minute. My one's doing it now as well. There you go. Jason will be all right. Jason can listen to several things and type on several different chat boxes at the same time. He is multitasking bisexual. I'm sure he is. He can do all those things at the same time. Very clever. So there we are. John might be here for the... John might be here for the quiz tonight. Oh, thanks very much, John. Lovely of you to turn up. You didn't bother last week, did you, my love? No. Didn't bother last week. You can have it on in the bar, can't you? Can't you have a little speaker set up in the bar? You have the whole bar playing my quiz, dear. At no cost to the bar. You can send us a little donation now and again if you want to, via the Super Chat system or indeed PayPal. Talking of Super Chats, this week's Super Chat prize, for those of you sending tips, is one of our old backdrops that we used last year. That's the backdrop. You want a better look at that? Of course you want a better look at that. Here it is. One moment, please. Selecting. There you go. That's what we're giving away on the Super Chatter draw on Thursday this week. Every time you send us a £1 tip by Super Chat, or indeed PayPal, we have PayPal as well. It's all here, dear. Look, there's the PayPal. Every time you send us £1 there, I will give you a free raffle ticket, and you'll get the chance of winning that backdrop on Thursday. Okay. It's there if you want it. If you don't, that's fine as well. You know, we don't beg here. It's not a begging channel. There's a few of those around, isn't there? Oh, dear me. Have you seen these begging channels? Begging. Please send cash now. Don't worry about it. Don't want it? Don't have it. Joe, lots of local stations are going and being taken over by a big company. Yes, well, no, name it. Global on buyer, and they network it up. All these people lose jobs. And it's a great shame. I mean, we've had this discussion so many times before, but with radio and that, years ago, they stopped hiring people for their personalities. The BBC still do it, BBC Local. That's why, thank God, that's still there. It actually costs. I know people saying, oh, why have they got all those radio stations? Why don't they save the money? It actually costs in the grand, if you have a big pie like that, BBC Local Radio takes about that much of the money. That much. It's the television. BBC One, probably something like that. Okay? Local radio. And when I went up to BBC Radio Lincolnshire, when I was invited up there to have a look. Oh, it's a lovely day that was. Met William Wright up there, who's hosted the afternoon show, and I met all the producers and everyone. It was a wonderful day I had up there. And they were saying you don't realise what little money they have on BBC local radio. It's a pittance it costs. It pittance to cost BBC local radio, and thank God that's still there, because if you've got any sort of talent, you might be able to get in there. You know, it's quite difficult getting into you have to be levered into the BBC. Very difficult to get in there. Very difficult. But if they weren't there, all these ILR stations, including a lot of those that were closed down and networked up to one big station now, you know, you weren't allowed to have your personality shine through. You know, you had to basically a script, you know, oh, it's just coming up to 17 minutes to 10. You're listening to 210 FM. Coming up is Michael Jackson, Kylie Minogue and Bananarama. That's all they want. Maybe a little bit of the weather now and again. Or maybe one of those, what I call fake telephone calls. Fake telephone calls. Where someone rings up. Oh, hello, it's John here. Oh, hi, John. How are you today? Oh, I'm feeling well. So what do you do for a living? Oh, that's really interesting. And you know, the presenter's not even listening to them. But then again, they've been told to do it like that. They're not allowed to have their personality shine through. And that's when radio became boring. We never see another Kenny Everett. Never see a Kenny Everett. Just a minute. Alexa, stop. She's chatting away there to herself. A little bit like myself most of the time, to be honest. Who are the three old codgers in your thumbnail? Oh, yes. That would be the two owners of Central Station. I think from memory on the left hand, the one with the glasses is Duncan, who is an absolutely delightful man. They've had the pub for 25 years. And the other bloke is Martin. He also owns a little hotel in Welsh Wales. In the valley. He's in the valley. In the Welsh Valley. I'm not sure exactly where in Wales he is, actually. I'll find out for you there. Okay. LaBelle loved the Eurovision film. It was, wasn't it hilarious? What I like in some of these, it was so overacted and badly acted in places. And that's all part of it, you see. Some people, they're on there, aren't they? The critics. Never take any notice of critics, LaBelle, my darling. You do what you do, and that's it. What are critics? Found actors. They can't act. They have no talent themselves, so they just go and criticise everyone else like me and you. That's a critic. Don't take any notice of them. Anyone, oh, the acting was pretty poor. They can't see that was part of the film. That's part of the humour. But they are snowflakes. Snowflakes, my darling. Let's have a look. Fiona, do you post on Twitter? I don't use Two-Faced Book. I'll happily retweet you. Yes, I'm on Twitter. My Twitter name is Chris Reardon UK. Chris Reardon UK is my Twitter name on there. All right, my love. Jason will be at the quiz tonight, as well as the other live streams. Good morning to Ronnie Mann. Good morning, Ronnie. Welcome along to the show. Is it Rooney or Ronnie? Ronnie. Ronnie? Let me give you I'll have to give you a choice of how I'm going to say this now. Is it... I would say it's Ronnie. Am I right with Ronnie? Is it Ronnie? If it's correct, Ronnie, just type yes and I know that I've said your name right. All right, my love. When me and Guy play, that's 2 viewers, but 4 or 5 players. Can you have me going on all your devices tonight, John? I'd love to get to 100 there. It'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Let's just scroll down a little bit there. Where are we going now? Oh, we've gone a long way down there, haven't we? Just a second. I'm just coming down there. Just coming down the list there now. Just trying to keep up with all of you there. All right. Scrolling down there. Oh, Dan has sent a super chat. Thank you, Dan. Dan has sent a £1.99 super chat. Can you sing some Neil Diamond? That is a new service that we are providing now, boys and girls. If you want a song for a super chat, I will sing a song. Only want a show. We don't want it to become a music show, my darlings. Do you know, can you believe there are people who don't like my singing? I know. I couldn't believe it either. My nephew's one of them, Gary. Doesn't like my singing. Rude. But apart from that, Dan, let me give you 2 free raffle tickets for our Super Chatters raffle every Thursday. Dan S. Dan's been to the karaoke. I think only once. Am I right in saying that, Dan? Dan S. There you go. Dan S. 670 and 671. Get here Thursday. See if you win. Don't forget, gang, if you ever win any of our raffles, I always tell you when the raffle's going to be. If you are not here live, doesn't matter, okay? We pick the raffle tickets and then that's it. It sits there and waits for you to claim. With our raffle that we do on a Monday, I'll be giving out the blue tickets for those towards the end of... Have we done an hour already? My God, that's gone quick, isn't it? There are blue raffle tickets, okay? With these, you need to know the numbers, all right? You need to keep hold of the numbers because when we draw that on a Monday, I only read the numbers out and then it's up to you to claim it. It worked for Joe. Joe checked back on the recording. So if you can't be with us live, irrelevant really. Just watch the recording of the show a little bit later on and you'll find out whether you won or not. And then you can claim by email. We don't kind of pick a ticket out until someone's there, all right? So Dan wants a song, a Neil Diamond song. Okay, let's just go down to the bottom of the list and I'll do one for you. There you go. Mick Davenport, another one who don't like my singing. Rude. Oh God, no, not a song. Nothing worse than Chris singing when you're not well. Or perhaps it'll take you over the edge. Let me find something really depressing to sing. Dave Barrett and Graham Torrington. Ooh. I don't know those 2 names, I'm afraid. Kenny Everett was just wacky. He was great. And, of course, the pirate ships, you know. I'm friends with Tom Edwards. He was on one of the pirate ships, wasn't he, as well as one of the Thames continuity announcers there. Michael says some stations are just plain boring. They really are. Right. It's Ronai. I've forgotten what I said now. I'm so sorry. It's one of those names you're not quite sure how to say that. Whereabouts are you? Are you man or lady? I don't know if that's a man or a lady's name there. Morning to Heidi Young. What have I missed? Oh, so much, Heidi. We just gave away a holiday for 2 in Barbados. What a shame you weren't there. You've missed it. Well, perhaps you prefer to be in your caravan in Chapel Hill. I can understand that. At least you won't have to get on a blooming plane. Busy bee here. People calling to buy stuff. What are you selling? How many tools can one garage have? Oh, is he selling all his old tools? I think I need to give mine away, actually, to be honest. Right, let's have a look. Let's see what I can sing. How about Hello? Is that a good song? We did Sweet Caroline a while ago, didn't we? What Neil Diamond song do you want, Dan? Shall I try Hello? YouTube... Neil Diamond piano. A piano. Sorry? That's really interesting, that. One moment. Let's see what we can find there for you. I've got lots of news stories to do today as well, you know. I'll do a couple of news stories before I sing, actually, and then let's see. Hello, Neil Diamond piano. Let's see if we can find something there. Let's try that. Sheet music available. Vera Lee, who's she? Oh, she's in China. The Chinese, you get someone young and Chinese, they're very good at playing the piano. I think she's Chinese. She's got those funny shapes. Bit slow, that one. Let's find another. Oh, what about... Oh, Love on the Rocks. We'll try Love on the Rocks. Love on the... What's this piano? That's the one. That's the one. Right, we'll do Love on the Rocks. Gonna do Love on the Rocks. Is that all right, Dan? Is that okay? Good morning to Chris Woodhouse. There he is. Morning, Chris. Morning. What do you mean I'm too old? Heidi says I'm too old. How rude. Michael Lawrence is ready with his mute button. Good. Well, hold back. That can be an extra bit of excitement for you to look forward to, Dan. All right, I'm just going to hold back a little bit. All right. Right. What have we done? Have we done everything on my list here? Yes, we talked about Times Radio, haven't we? Where's Naga this morning? No Naga Monchetti on the telly this morning. Very disappointed. Couldn't find anything really to watch this morning. It was all pretty boring. That Dr. Piers was talking to that doctor again. I quite like, they always do this virus question time type thing, don't they? Ronnie as in macaroni. Macaroni! Okay, Roni. Pepperoni, beefaroni. It's Tyrone, but I'm in the USA, and that name, not good here for white guy. Is that right? They don't like you to be called Tyrone because you're white. Oh, how mad is that? Oh, that whole thing just does my head in. Mick Davenport, just wait while I get a knife to slit my wrists. Why wait, Mick? Do it now, my love. I'm very happy for you to slit your wrists. But Mandy, could you video that for us, please? I reckon I'd get a few more viewers if we did sort of a live suicide. Oh, I can't really do it live. You know, a recorded suicide on this channel. That'd be quite good. If you could record the wrist slitting, let me think of it in an artistic way. If you could start with like a close up of the wrist and the knife going in and the blood slowly oozing out, and then pan back slowly, and then so we can get his face in, and then you know those moments as you pass over, that you know the eyelids start flickering, don't they? And you go like that. And then just hold there for 5 seconds and fade to black. I think that would be excellent. Perhaps so. You could have some credits afterwards as well. Of course, you know, camera lady Mandy Davenport. Be excellent. Where's Shat? Thanks ever so much, Mandy. Much appreciated, darling. Don't be too long, Mick. I'd like to receive that video possibly before the end of this show. But I'll try and get a song in just before you do that. All right, my love? Okay, some stories today then. I've told you about the whole Leicester... we've done that, haven't we? Right at the beginning of the show, the Leicester lockdown thing. Ryanair. Oh, my God. In the Daily Star, Ryanair flight 40 seconds from crashing in France. The Boeing 737 flew too low for more than 2 minutes. Fiona's got a plane. She's got a Cessna. A Cessna, dear. She's got her own plane. God, there's some very rich people on this channel, my darling. I think I'm one of them, actually. Yes, where is it now? Which one is that? Right there. That's right. Yes. The Boeing 737 flew too low for more than 2 minutes as it made a turn in clouds on automatic pilot. Yeah, Fiona won't have one of those. Nah. No, she is a manual pilot S. Do we call you a pilot S or a pilot? They put an S sometimes when it's ladies. Or is that like one of those new politically correct things where everyone has to be called pilot and actor? I think I might be right in that, actually. Yes. Have you? I bet you haven't got automatic pilot, have you? No, you're still saving up for that. That's another box they have to plug into the plane, I believe. An automatic pilot. It's a black box. Plug it in, that's it. She ain't got to do anything. She gets in the plane, pushes a button and just goes to sleep. It takes her wherever it wants to go. Marvellous. It flew low for more than 2 minutes as it made a turn in clouds on automatic pilot, with an aviation report finding it was just 40 seconds away from hitting the ground. Ryanair, dear. It took off from London Stansted, Bournemouth Bergerac Airport in France. An excellent series on the BBC back in the 80s or 90s, one of those two. When the pilot encountered cloudy weather, an aviation report found a terrain alert system. Alert! Red alert, boys and girls. Red alert! Red alert! Warning! Warning! Red alert! Terrain too low. Terrain too low. Red alert! A terrain alert system then kicked off in warning the cockpit of the budget flight to abort the landing as the plane was too low to the ground. The pilots and trainee first officer were the pilots 57 and the trainee first officer 27. Dirty old man. Having a young pilot next to him like that, God, these cradle snatchers, dear. Aren't they awful? Fancying someone 30 years younger. 27, 37, 47, 57. 30 years younger than him. 27. Sitting in the same room. I bet his hands. I hope he kept his hands to himself. Shocking. They were said to have lost situational awareness. I think a similar thing happened to me years ago. I have lost situational awareness. I don't know where I am most of the time. That is a true fact. Especially, do you ever get in a car, right, and you're driving along, and you get somewhere and you think, I don't know how I got here. Does that ever happen to you? Anyway, they lost situational awareness during the incident 5 years ago. They were ordered to pull up, pull up. That's a recording that gets played in a play. Pull up, it goes, pull up, pull up. Is there a little man somewhere in the engine that shouts, pull up, when he thinks the ground's getting too close? It was revealed the plane had made a narrow escape from potential disaster as it was too low for more than 2 minutes, 8 miles from the runway. Gosh, if the warning hadn't kicked in, it was estimated the Boeing had just 40 seconds to avert a collision as it was dropping at 900 foot a minute, the French aviation regulator BEA found. So there we are. They were very lucky with that one, weren't they, eh? Go! 900 feet a minute. That's what Fiona does. When she's falling down, she jumps out of planes. That's her job. She jumps out of planes. Absolute madness, if you ask me. One moment, please. Just referring back there. I'll come in and out your messages there. Daniel says, this show's got me hyper. I need a cigarette, Matt. Give up the cigarette here. Ah, the delightful Claire is there. Good morning, Claire. We've been very concerned for your welfare, Claire. You haven't been here. I was thinking at one point that you'd found another more interesting channel. Perhaps, someone who's more in your class, someone posher than me. But I'm glad you're there, Claire. You missed my garden earlier, Claire. Pictures of lovely, pretty flowers. Morning, Claire. Nice to see you, darling. All right. The Rony Man. The 172 has a jump door. Does it? I don't know. I don't know about that. Fiona's got her own plane. She's got her own plane. Yes. She bought it on terms. Just pays so much a week. It's like a little man comes round her house with a catalogue. It's £25, please. She hands it over. Like the insurance man used to do years ago. Claire was hoping to request Puppy Love as your song today. I know it's one of Mick's favourites. Maybe tomorrow. Oh, dear. Maybe tomorrow. Parkness, nobody has ever died on a Ryanair flight. No, but you'd die from starvation if you didn't have any money for one of their overpriced sandwiches, wouldn't you? Pizza toppings. What do you like on your pizza? I'm a big fan of pineapple on pizza. A lot of people don't like pineapple on pizza, but here's a story for you. West Palm Beach. File it under pizza toppings only, offered in Florida. State inspectors found an 80-pound iguana stashed in the freezer at a local pizza joint. What would you like with that, sir? Oh, can I have iguana? But slices of iguana, please. Pizza Mambo in West Palm Beach was forced to close for a day. Sorry, this is in the paper, the Huffington Post. Pizza Mambo in West Palm Beach was forced to close for a day last week following the inspection by the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation. The restaurant could not be reached for comment, but an employee told the South Florida Sun Sentinel that the reptile was given as a personal gift to the owner. It was stored in a separate freezer away from the restaurant's fast food and immediately trashed after they was informed it was a violation. Violation! That must need an alarm. A violation. One moment. A red alert alarm for violations. Red alert. nation, red alert! Red alert! It says non-native iguanas are multiplying so rapidly in South Florida that a state wildlife agency has been encouraging people to kill them. Iguanas aren't dangerous or aggressive to humans, but they damage seawalls, sidewalks, landscape foliage, and can dig lengthy tunnels. I quite like lizards. I like the little bearded lizards. They will come and sit on your lap, lizards. Little baby lizards. They just climb all over. I don't know what's their poo like. You know, I don't want to be cleaning up poo. Do you know what I mean? Well, I don't like doing that. Cleaning up poo. I don't even like flushing my chain. It just makes my water meter go around. Sometimes I leave stuff in there for a week before I flush the chain. I can't afford water. The males can grow to about 5 feet long and weigh nearly 20 pounds. Females can lay nearly 80 eggs a year. The reptile is indeed considered a delicacy for those people that eat dead animals like you. The reptile is considered a delicacy by some. One company even makes iguana sausages and burgers. Not sure that I'd like something like that. Would you eat something like that, perhaps? Who's our culinary expert there? That's Mick Davenport, isn't it? Oh, we can't really talk to Mick Davenport at the moment because he's in the process of committing suicide. Like we can afford to lose viewers. So, iguana pizza topping. I'm not going to quite sound of that. Do you want that? Do you want that on your pizza? Lovely picture of a toilet there provided by Joe Woodroffe. You talking about the plane there. Daniel can't give up. I tried to give up this show once, but ended up sitting on a couch staring at the wall, unable to do anything. Oh, dear me. I hope you're well, Claire. Where have you been, my love? Have you been busy? Teddy bears are taking over. Again, another story this morning in the Huffington Post. This is a delightful story, to be honest. The bears are back. The Wallaby... Why is this... I keep closing a video and it reopens again. The Wallaby Holland theme park in the Netherlands put its oversized, fluffy teddy bears on the Super Swing ride and filmed the adorable action. Well, of course, they're all closed at the moment. These places, aren't they, I suppose? Well, when they say the swings, that's the circular... It's like, you know those round things? What are they called with the horses on that you sit on, go up and down like that? Those things. That's like the horses going up and down. Well, that's replaced, but with like a circular thing, but it's got chains hanging down and swings on it. So, I mean, my great niece Evie and great nephew Harry loved being on this in Legoland. And the thing starts going around and you're on the swing and going backwards and forwards. And if it goes fast enough, I suppose the things go out. And what they've done is put all these teddy bears on there and filmed them going round. I love it. It says, like so many theme parks around the world, Wallaby Holland was shuttered to stop spread the virus. It's now reopened, but with limitations on capacity to continue the fight against the infections. But apparently these rules do not apply to teddy bears. Did you know? Have you still got yours? Have you still got your teddy bear? Have you? I wish I had I had two. I had two teddy bears. Gone long ago now. I wish I'd kept them. There we are, though. That's a good idea, though, isn't it? Watching all those little bears go around like that. I love it. Do you need any cheese, everyone? Do we need any cheese? Who wants some cheese? Anyone want some cheese? Let's see. I just saw Claire there. Claire's had a stressful week with work. Had to cut out all distractions. Distractions, dear? Am I a distraction? Oh, that's a little bit... Oh, I think I'm offended, Claire. I think I'm offended. I have become a distraction in Claire's life. I can't believe it. A distraction. Gosh. I don't know what to say, Claire. I can't believe I've just become a distraction in your life, darling. Good morning to William Nicholson. Morning, William. Iguana, banana and anchovy pizza. Oh, God, no. Really? That's nasty. Morning to John Parrish. Sherry says iguanas taste like chicken. Everyone says that, don't they? Whenever there's like a new dead animal to eat, they all say, "Oh, it tastes a bit like chicken." Everything seems to taste a bit like chicken, unless it's fish. Oh no, I can't stand fish. Let's have a look. Oh, you were talking about smoking, were you? It's just impossible to keep up with all the messages here this morning. Merry-go-round was the thing, William. That's right, merry-go-round was the thing on there. Mick's had crocodile, ostrich, kangaroo and snails. What, in one of your pies? Oh, how awful. Oh, how awful. Carousel, that's another word, Ronai. You're quite right. Mandy, eating an iguana would be like eating a pet. Oh, I don't know so much. I mean, have a look at that little cat that you've got there. Mmm, yum, yum, yum. I keep threatening to take my mate's got 5 cats. Oh, do we want to go there with that joke? Perhaps not. John's got 2 teddy bears, Bruno and Nelson. I've had them for nearly 30 years. How blessed. Oh, that's nice. Pills have been done. There you are. See, Jason's not even watching. You all saw me take my pills. Not Jason. Why? Because he's tapping away on another channel. That's why. Tap, 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 tap. Busy bee. Have you got any fingers left? I bet you've got no nails. You spend so much time tapping away on all these other channels. Not paying full attention to the channel. Everyone here, you all saw me take my pills. Not Jason Hughes. Too busy looking at another screen, dear. Shocking. Shocking. Let's do one more story and then I'm going to sing for you. And then after the singing, we'll do this month's Superdraw raffle. It's all happening, dear. It's all happening. So busy on the show. See, you could have been sat there listening to James O'Brien. What a miserable git. And let's talk about the government. Oh, Labour is so much better than the Conservative government. Oh, on and on and on. Miserable. Never a happy word from James O'Brien. He probably watches this show, I expect, and thinking, who is that silly old fool sitting there? He's not very good. Daily Mirror. Do you want some cheese? Cornish Cheese Company would have had to throw away 30 tonnes of unsold cheese if it wasn't for Too Good To Go, a company tackling food waste in the UK. I like it. You know, food waste to me is a real bugbearer. I can't bear seeing food being thrown away. You've seen it in restaurants. The best example I can give you is I was in Morrison some years ago. I was having one of their all-day breakfasts, the vegetarian version. And I sat there eating it. Delicious. And I used to go every Saturday. I used to go in there every Saturday. It became a thing for me. On my own, sadly enough. But nevertheless, there I was. I'd go and order me vegetarian breakfast. I think you could choose several items or whatever. Then you'd have a cup of tea and 2 bits of toast. I'd just sit there looking out the window. And this family came in. 2 young women and a couple of children. They sat down for 5 minutes, had a few mouthfuls of fools, and then got up. And the food left on those plates, I cannot tell you. I don't suppose they ate more than a third of the meal each. All that food chucked away. Food that has been grown either in the ground or some sort of animal, picked, cooked, murdered, shoved on the plate. All that energy went into it and they've just walked away from it. I can't stand it. Really. You come and have a look in my bin any week. You will not find a scrap of food in there unless, for some reason, I've let it go out of date so far that it has actually gone off. Yeah, it might say used by 2nd of January. You know, you open it on the 4th of January. You have a good look at it. That smells all right. Eat it. Very, very, very probably maybe 2 or 3 times a year there might be one item of food in my bin. That's it. Anytime you want to come and have a look in my bin, you'll find wrappers and plastic bits and tins and things like that. You won't find any food, ever. ever. Businesses of only apple cores, I chuck those over the fence. Very good for the floor. They degrade, and that's not rubbish. No, it's not rubbish. Little bits of, like, you know, fruit, bad potatoes, over the fence. And they disintegrate back into the ground. Very good for the ground. It says businesses have been put under immense strain as they continue to struggle to cope with the financial burden. Among them is, due to the virus, this is in the Daily Mirror, among them is the Cornish Cheese Company, maker of World Cheese Awards, Cornish Blues. I don't know what that tastes like. Typically, the family-based business in Cornwall produces between 2,000 and 3,000 cheeses a week, reports Cornwall Live, which are distributed to a number of hotels and restaurants in the hospitality sector. But since the start of lockdown, this figure has drastically reduced to only 300. As a result, Cornish Cheese were left with 30 tonnes of cheese that they couldn't sell. The problem that owners Philip and Carol faced was that their herd of dairy cows still continued to produce milk, which had to be used in one way or another, or else it's wasted. You can't just leave the cows. What would happen if you didn't milk a cow? Literally, do they just burst? Do they burst? Must have someone who would know about that on here. Claire, I bet Claire would know about it. If you don't milk a cow, what happens? Did their udders burst? I suppose they would do. Bit like, you know, if you wanted to go wee or something like that, you're not supposed to hold it, are you? Well, unless you absolutely have to, because that can do damage to your insides, can't it? It says they stopped production of more cheese and furloughed 6 of their workers. They were struggling to stay afloat with very little money coming in. Just to make things more difficult, they still had £300,000 worth of cheese that they couldn't shift. The last lot was made on March the 24th. It's edible between 8 and 14 weeks after that date, so it needed to be eaten by June the 24th, or it would have been thrown away. Philip and Carol thought their only option was to throw it away, but thankfully, Too Good To Go came to the rescue. It's an app. I've never heard of this. An app which has now more than 2.8 million registered UK members, aims to tackle the issue that is food waste. It also gives consumers access to excess food that companies get rid of. The managing director of Too Good To Go said it's been devastating to see the impact the virus has caused on the UK supply chains. Food waste is a huge global problem. Not only are we wasting the skill, time, energy and resources that go into creating food, but by throwing it away, we are also inflicting irreparable damage to the environment. So what a great thing to do. It doesn't say, what a shame, how this app works. But I will have a little look at that. What was it? Too Good To Go. I'll have a look at that. Let's have a look, see if it's on the iPlayer, on the iPhone. Why is that plugged in there? Too Good To Go. Let's have a quick look. Too Good To Go. And we'll see if this is on here. Too Good To Go. Too Good To... There it is. Too Good To Go. Eat well, fight food. Okay. Right, well, I'll get that app and we'll have a little look at that. Touch ID to install. I'm hiding my thumb from you in case you try and steal my identity. Who would want to be known? So it's downloading there, and we'll see if we can find a little bit out about that. All right, my darlings. Okay. So much. There's always so much to do on this show, Mick. We might have to do a 5-hour show today. I don't know yet. Ronai says they can die if you don't milk them. Yes, I thought that would be the case. It's very important that cows are... I would imagine the milk would dry up, says Joe. I don't know how that works, really. Yeah, of course, it's not like we, is it? May I ask, ladies... A perfectly reasonable question. I hope you don't mind. If you've had a child and you're doing the breast thing, you know, with the breastfeeding, if you stop the breastfeeding, does it just stop, or what happens? I've seen on the telly sometimes on like Holby or Casualty, something like that, women that have gone in there and they've just had babies and they leak out there, don't they? You get patches. Does that stop? when the baby stops feeding, or what? Or does the human body work in such a way that it produces the milk for a period of time and then stops? But of course, cows, surely they'd be different, wouldn't they? Because they are bred to make milk, aren't they? I don't know how that works. John never leaves food behind. I ask the staff to put it in a tub or tin foil, take away later. Excellent, excellent. I've done the same in an afternoon teas as well, actually. They're always happy to give you a box to take away a few cakes and bits and pieces. I usually give a few little extras as well. John Paris, the worst place I see a wasted food was in Vegas. They give it all to the pigs or dump it at the end of every day. Now, I wouldn't have a problem, John, with food being given to other animals. That's good. Not being wasted. It's the dumping that gets me. People throwing away food in bins. It does my head in. It really does. Where are we? Spit roast. Stop that, Rona. Fiona, spit roast. That sounds good. Oh, dear. What are you going on about cami knickers? What are these? Are these knickers lined with a special soap? Dear. Ron Iyer, cow's milk can dry up too, but so many hormones given to produce milk and then stop it milking can back up. Yes, I would be a vegan. Well, I'm vegetarian. I'd like to be a vegan, actually. That's quite difficult to do that. Quite difficult. Milk is for calves, but the farmers... Yes, I know that. It's awful, isn't it? All right, gang, it's time for a song. And then immediately after that, we'll be doing today's raffle. Are you ready? So today, we're going to do Love on the Rocks as paid for. People pay me to sing now. I'm a paid international singer, practically on the same money as Beyonce and Bonnie Tyler. Turn around, every now and then I feel a little bit dizzy, 'cause you're turning me around, and turn around. That one, yes. Right, hang on, let me get the lyrics for this. What are we doing? Love on the Rocks. Love. What's that? Love Island porn? Why has that come up on my searching? Perhaps I searched for something like that. Love on the Rocks. One moment, please. How's my voice today? Ready? Ready for this? Do you want it multi-camera? Shall we do multi-camera? Do you want multi-camera? Mick, I'm going to sing now. Are you ready, love? Medication dries the milk up. Use it or lose it. Okay, thank you very much for that, Denise. I think it's a perfectly valid question. We don't know these things, do we? Right, here we go then. Love on the Rocks, boys and girls. Here we go, here we go. Love on the Rocks ain't no surprise. Just pour me a drink and I'll tell you some lies. Got nothing to lose, so you just sing the blues all the time. Gave you my heart, gave you my soul. You left me alone here with nothing to hold. Yesterday's gone, now all I want is a smile. First they say they want you, how they really need you. Suddenly you find you're out there, walking in a storm. When they know they have you, then they really have you. Nothing you can do or say. You've got to leave, just get away. We all know the song. You need what you need. You can say what you want. Not much you can do when the feeling is gone. Maybe blue skies above, but it's cold when your love's on the rocks. First they say they want you, how they really need you. Suddenly you find you're out there walking in a storm. When they know they have you, then they really have you. Nothing you can do or say, you've got to leave, just get away. We all know the song. Love on the rocks, ain't no surprise. Just pour me a drink and I'll tell you some lies. Yesterday's gone. Now all I want is a smile. Oh, it's all so sad, boys and girls. The love has gone. Did it ever exist? There you go. Especially for Dan S this morning. A little song for you from the wonderful Neil Diamond and Love on the Rocks. Hope you enjoyed that, my darling. Okay. Yeah, baby. It's time for the Superdraw gang. Yeah, it's raffle time. Look at all these tickets in here. Look, all different colours. This is a multiracial raffle this morning we're doing, boys and girls. A multiracial raffle. All the tickets are in here. Yes, raffles matter. Raffles matter this morning. We got blue, pink, orange. Oh dear, no black and no white. But we have got blue, orange and pink. All right, here we go, darlings. My God, look at them. I mean, literally, look. There are so many tickets in here, but there can only be one winner. Is it going to be you? That is the question. Someone is going to win either a mug. Ron I says, great song, hits harder than the coronavirus. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Right, here we go. Raffles matter. Raffles matter. This is possibly the most important part of your day is about to happen live and exclusively on this channel before your very eyes. Maybe Jason Hughes won't be watching this bit. Maybe he'll be tapping away on someone else's little old channel, my darling. You feel free, Jason. Right, here we go. Ready? Here comes the drum roll. I have the ticket in my hand. A single ticket is here. It's a blue one. It's a blue one. And the winner on ticket number 19 is Kelly Kim. Kelly Kim, who's not with us this morning. She'll be with us tonight for the raffle. For the bingo? What are we doing tonight? Quiz. She'll be with us for the quiz tonight. Kelly Kim has won the raffle. Ticket number 19. There you go. See, if radio as it was in the 70s and 80s, I'd have a show on Capital now, next to Kenny Everett. There you go. Ticket number 19. So we'll put that aside there. And well done to Kelly Kim. Porden Lou still hasn't won yet. What a shame, Porden Lou. Okay, well, gang, that is all we see. These tickets now are now rubbish. But oh, look what's on top there. Look at that. What a shame. Didn't win again. Never mind. Keep trying, darlings. Keep trying. We will, of course. Let's put the tickets in from the other day. Put those back in there, my loves. Put those in there. That's ready for the next slots. Okay. Put that there. Put that there. One moment. With you in a moment, my darlings. Let me just have a tidy up here. Put that over there. That's it. Good. Oh, we've just got this too good to app eat thing. Let's have a quick look at this while we're here. Sign in with Facebook. Oh, I like that. Signing in with Facebook. It's so easy to do that. Facebook.com. Open this page in Facebook. Log in with Facebook. Continue as Chris. Continuing as Chris. Wants to open food to go. I agree with the privacy. Sign me up now. Welcome, Chris. Welcome, Chris. Thank you for being a part of our community. Oh, yes. I feel so welcome. Do you feel welcome on this channel? Stay in the know. Changes to the order. Exciting news. Keep you up to date with all sorts of things. Maybe later. Be the first to know. Maybe later. Can we get on with it? Search for a city. Bracknell. No, there it is. Bracknell. Choose this location. And we're there. So what have we got here? You might like... What's this? You might like Hollyport Cafe. Hollyport. $3.99. I don't know what that is. What you could get, you can get a magic bag. $3.99, pastries, cakes and more await you at the Hollyport Cafe. What you rescue will depend on what's left over, but expect deliciously freshly baked treats. Ooh, or sandwiches. It's all too good to be true. Too good to go. Wow. That's good, isn't it? All right, so we'll have a look at that over the next few weeks and I'll tell you what I find out about it. Okay? Is there anyone in the complaints department? The complaints department is always open, my darling. There you go. Let me put the email up for the complaints department. If you could put complaints in the subject line of your email, it drops into a little special folder. Okay, my darlings? And then once every few months, I open that folder, I print off the complaints, and I put them all on a little piece of string. I cut them into squares, put them on a piece of string, and I hang the complaint letters next to my toilet. All right? So feel free to complain as much as you want here. Thank you very much. There you go. Well, hang on a minute. Is there a B&Q in Dudley? I don't know, is there? Well done, everyone. Some more raffle tickets to give out very shortly this morning, boys and girls. Miracle dog owner survives 2 days down a hidden hole, lured out with the smell of pepperami. That's the way to get your dogs. Cats as well. You know when your cats are hiding, all you need is a bag of treats. Shake it. My mate does it. He's got 5 cats. At any given time, all 5 of them will be hiding somewhere. Except Ralph, who's usually curled up asleep somewhere. He pops out only at night time to bring mice in. My mate says a cat the other day came into his bedroom and dropped a mouse on his bed. He picked it up. He said the throat was slit the mouse. It's awful. Cats are awful, aren't they? Well, all he's got to do, if he's like wants, where's the cat's gone? All he does is he gets this bag of what are they called? Little bag of, it's like a plastic bag. I can't think what they're called now. And he shakes it. All these 5 cats come running from all different directions in the hope of getting some treats. It's the same with dogs. A dog who was reported missing survived 2 days without food and water after falling into a hidden hole. Owners Sarah and Declan had been walking their 5-year-old Coco in Edinburgh at around 10 o'clock when he ran off. Despite the pair's frantic attempt to search for the Pekingese cross, they couldn't find him, reported the Daily Record. With threats of incoming bad weather, unsurprisingly, they feared the worst and took to Facebook to upload a missing dog post. Sarah explained, he was there 1 second and gone the next. They do. They disappear. It's frightening, isn't it, when you lose a pet like that? Or cats suddenly don't disappear, don't they? My nephew lost a cat. Yeah, it just disappeared, and they didn't see it for months. And then one day it turned up, not at the door, walking along the fence, and then disappeared again. So it's obviously found a better home. Because cats do that. Oh, there's no loyalty with cats. If they get a better offer down the road, that's it. They're off, mate. Bye. They don't even say goodbye. They just go. That is cats. My partner, we didn't sleep that's a contradiction here. It says we didn't sleep or eat, and then he says my partner woke me up. Well, did you sleep or not? At 8 o'clock, and we went out looking. I took a bit of pepperama with me because I hoped she would smell it and start barking. It worked, and she made the smallest whimpering noises ever before we found her stuck down a sewage hole over 5 foot deep. I jumped down because it was big. I jumped down and pulled her out by the scruff of the neck. They then called the Scottish Fire and Rescue Service, who arrived with fire service personnel to assist her and cover the hole with logs. So they got the dog back. Well, thank God for that. Oh, imagine being stuck in a sewage hole. Mind you, I gather it was the same on Bournemouth Beach. People were pooing in the sea, dear. Oh, keep your mouth closed if you ever go in the sea. What an awful thought. There's another dog story here in the Daily Mirror to do with Morrison's. Nice story. A supermarket security guard has been praised, boys and girls, for sheltering a dog from a rain downpour with an umbrella. Ah, that's a nice thing. The man was photographed outside Morrison's on Sunday morning as heavy rain hit most of the thing. Shall I show you? Do you want to see it? Just see it. Hang on, let me take a picture. Take a picture. One moment, please. Taking a picture of the dog. And then there's the... where is it now? Daily Mirror, this one. There you go. We've got to look after our animals, my love. Got to look after the animals. I like something like that. As the rain pelts down, the security guard is photographed protecting the golden retriever from the downpour with a large umbrella. Isn't that nice? Oh, there are people with hearts around, you see. Plenty of people with hearts around. I wondered that as well, Ronai. They got the dog out, then called the fire department. Yeah, apparently because the grate, there should have been a grate over it. Probably someone nicked the grate and melted it down. Mick Davenport would do something like that. He'd nick a piece of metal, right, a grate or something like that, melt it down, and then make it into a little ring, paint it with gold paint, and say, "There you go, Mandy, happy birthday." Mick Davenport would do something like that. God help him. God help him. Would you live with Gary? Are you talking to me, Mick? Would I live with my nephew? No, I can't live with anyone, really. I'll go on holiday with them, but I have my own caravan. No, I need to have a front door closed on the world. No, we can't. We can't be too close to it. Well, nephews and great nephews and nieces, different thing altogether, of course. You know, but no, I don't think I could. I don't think I could share a home with anyone anymore. I think over a period of time, it has to be said, you become selfish. You know, noise-wise, I don't really like noise. I did have a lodger. I had a couple of lodgers over the years, but that's a long time ago now. And that kind of worked all right because he was very quiet as well. But on other occasions, if I had a lodger, they might be downstairs watching the telly, and it comes up through the floorboards, the telly, doesn't it? And oh God, that telly! Please turn the telly down. My mate stays a few times, or not recently, but he would stay occasionally in the other room down there. I think after a long time of being on your own, it's very difficult to let someone in again. If the offer had been there, well, I think it would be very, very difficult now, really, after a period of time. Shame, really, isn't it? But there you go. It's one of those things. Are complaints useful, says Ronai. I don't really read them, to be honest, Ronai. Complaints, take it or leave it. That's it. All right. Oh, the privacy cookies thing, that's a sort of last couple of years that's all come in, isn't it, really? Where are we now? Let's scroll that down there. Okay, that's just getting older, Fran says there. Maybe it is Fran, I don't know. It may well be. YB. Could Gary live with you? Of course he could. We'd get him like a house on fire. I'm sure we did. I think it is, Joe. It's me being selfish. I don't think I'm the only one either. I think it's not. Is that a bad thing? I don't know really. You don't want anyone else in your space anymore, do you? You know, I'm very funny with people coming close to me in clubs and things like that as well. You know, they get too close. It's like, how can I find an example of that? I don't know. When sometimes you're at work and people keep stepping forward and you take a step back and they step forward again. And oh Christ, no, I can't stand it. Can't be dealing with that. Sad. It's just sad, really, isn't it, that you can't allow people to get close to you like that? But it's one of those things, isn't it? I suppose. Super honest. Why get roommate if you're just going to murder them all in their sleep? I don't think I've actually murdered anyone yet. Not purposely, anyway. Maybe a few lilybugs. I've murdered lilybugs before, but then there's a few lilybug murderers on here. Let me tell you that, my loves. There's a few lilybug murderers on here. Right. Let's have a look here. Now, I believe we should have had the end of the world a couple of weeks ago again. You know, but don't worry. It didn't happen then, but it will happen by Christmas. Yet again, another world-ending story, boys and girls. This week, in the Sun, a Christian evangelist. Are they the ones that shout and scream at the lecterns? Not like Canon Simon at our Woking and Corpus Christi Church, my dear. He's very quiet. Very funny. Very quiet. You know those evangelists. Yes, and the Lord said, and you should kneel down with the Lord. I like those. I like to watch those videos, the YouTube ones where they come and they kneel down in front of the preacher and they get him on the head and say, release the sin from this man. And they push the head back and they fall on the cry on the floor in tears. Is that a Christian evangelist, whatever it's called? Pastor Paul Begley in the Sun believes doomsday will strike on the 21st of December 2020. One moment, please. Let me just check my calendar to see if I'm busy that day. Don't want to miss it. What is it? The 21st of December. That's a Monday. Oh, it's the winter solstice on that day. Shortest day of the year, which we are now approaching, my darling. 21st. Let's just write that down. Let me just write that on my diary there. End of world. Thank you. Another day for the end of the world. There you go. I've written it in my diary, so I won't forget that. End of world. There we are. In my rhyme. We are not sponsored by Ryman's, incidentally. We are not sponsored by Ryman's. Okay, it's which also happens to be his birthday. Oh, what an unlucky event. Imagine having your birthday on the last day of the world. But despite hundreds of prophecies over the centuries predicting the end of the world, none has ever come true. Although not the first to make such a prediction, Nostradamus is said to have predicted the world would end in a reference to the King of Terror in 1999 in 7 months. The most recent prediction by conspiracy theorists thought the world would come to an end on June the 21st this year, with reference to the Mayan calendar. Begley from Indiana now believes the world will come to an end close to the end of this year. He says, of course, the Mayan elders said this could have been the end of the world today. They might have made a mistake. Well, they might have made 2 mistakes. They want to watch this show, full of mistakes. Full of them, dear. Well, they obviously made a mistake on December the 21st, 2012, so they said maybe today would be the end of the world. And they made a prediction, if this wasn't the end of the world today, certainly my birthday will come again. December 21, 2020, during the Great Conjunction, when Jupiter and Saturn come within 0.1 degrees of each other and create the brightest star in the skies since the Star of Bethlehem. What's that song? Oh little... Sing along. Ready? Oh, little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. Above thy deep and joyful sleep, the brightest stars come by. That one. Little Star of Bethlehem. Yes. So it's rare it's going to be on the winter solace. The Mayans now reorganising and say this could certainly be the end of the world as we know it. Maybe we'll do an extra raffle on that day, or a bingo game. Those of you that play the bingo, just a reminder, we've got a few spaces now on the bingo that can be filled. If you want to join the bingo and you're not on it already, send me an email to that address there and I'll add you to the bingo system for this Sunday. The new software that is being written specifically for us is about 90% done now, okay? And then we'll be testing it out, and what we'll do, once we've got that software and once I've got my head around it, we'll be playing one bingo game each morning, just to test it out for a couple of weeks before we take it live on the Sunday night bingo game, because that's the big one. All right. Is there another request for another song? Is there another request for a song? I don't normally do Christmas carols this early, Fiona. Perhaps you'd like to hire me to sing at your local events. Eh? I am available. I am available for hiring and singing at local events, boys and girls. It'll be a cheap Christmas. Yeah, don't buy anything too early, Mandy. Spend it on yourself, my love. That's what I say. Spend it on yourself. Right. Okay. Raffle ticket time, gang. Who wants a raffle ticket for Monday's raffle? It's time to start the ball rolling. If you'd like a raffle... Now, where's those other tickets? Oh, there they are. If you'd like a ticket for raffle for Monday's raffle, please speak now. Remember, gang, for the Monday raffles, we only read out the numbers. So you need to know what your numbers are. Write down your little numbers on your little paws. Put them in a safe place. Don't lose the piece of paper. Okay? Where are we now? So who wants a raffle ticket? Let's do Maureen first. 412 for lovely Maureen, watching on a very large television in London. Good morning, Maureen. 412 for Maureen. We have the delightful... Oh, Jason Hughes. He's here for the raffle ticket, isn't he? You know, he's found time to pop back on the channel for a raffle ticket. Thank you, Jason. We're just so happy. 413 for Jason Hughes. Michael Lawrence, 414. Fiona, I'd go down and treat in local pubs there. I think I should make an appearance there, Fiona. I really do, my love. We'll do the Irish songs for you, Fiona. Diane Jeb, thank you, Diane. 415. Make sure you've put tickets in the message, otherwise I'll miss it, okay? Oh, hang on, I only put Diane there. Diane Jeb, 415. Ron I's first concert was Barry Manilow. You know any of his songs? Oh, Ron I, I'm so pleased you asked. Yes, practically all of them. But we can't do one tomorrow. We may be singing Puppy Love tomorrow. We might be. But as you know, songs are not free. They have to be paid for by Super Chat. Got to make the money somehow, dear. Colin K, 416. Thank you, Colin. Paul and Lou, 417. Still desperately trying to win something. I wish you two would win something. Honestly, I do. Because you've been here so long now and never won a damn thing, have you? Nothing. No Super Chat, no Super Draw, no bingo. You never seem to win anything. It's just luck. Joe, thank you, Joe. 418 for Joe Woodruff. Mick Davenport, 419. Daniel Holmes, 420. Daniel Holmes, 420. 421 is Denise. Denise Andrews, 421. Andy, 422. Michael, done you. There's our Shania. All right, Shania. 423 for Shania. Heidi, 424. Fran, 425. Simon Still, 426. AMS Clark, 427. Mandy Devon. Oh, we've done Mandy, have we? I know, Ronnie. And a mug will never make it alive in the mail from the UK. Oh, well, you can have one of these instead. No, this is for this. Sorry. The Monday raffle is only those. Okay, that's what we do for the Monday raffle. It's a fridge magnet. Okay, the post going to the USA is extremely slow at the moment. I sent a first class prize over to Virginia Gonzalez 4 weeks ago. She still hasn't got it yet. So I must warn you, the anything that goes to the States is very, very slow at the moment. Okay, AMS Clark, what are we doing? 427 for AMS. Where are we going now? Lost my place there. There's Ross. 428 for young Ross. Thank you, Ross. Ross Herndine, 428. Claire, 429. Chris Woodhouse, 430. You're not losers, Paul and Life. That's me. I am a loser. We are losers. We are losers. Kaz Treff, good morning, Kaz. 431 for you. Is there a place we can buy merch? No, I haven't really got anything for sale. I've got T-shirts for sale. Got T-shirts. You're in America though, aren't you? So they're quite pricey if they're going to America. So there's such a long way to send them. These, get one. I mean, I can show you. I got that. A white one or a black one. We got large in both white and black, or XXXL in black. Okay, to go to the States. Oof. 20 to 20. It's be about 11. So 11. They're usually £11 to go to the state. I would say 25. So about $32. $32 because I have to go so far. I mean, if you win one, then I just send them out at my cost. See. If you want to buy one, that'd be something like $22, $32. I would imagine. We got there's pens. Oh no, I haven't got pens. I've got Super Chat badges. Again, to go to the States, I don't know, $6 for a Super Chatter's badge. Okay, something like that. So there's a couple of bits to buy. But I found people were happier winning stuff, whether it was by prize or Super Chat raffle. People seem to prefer to win stuff rather than buy it. So we kind of stopped doing that sort of thing there. All right. Excuse me. Claire's not got her fridge magnet yet. She's still waiting for that. And I think Shania's still waiting for a pen. So there is stuff. There's quite a lot going missing. We may have to stop prizes altogether if stuff keeps going missing. Because it's pointless. It just doesn't get there. I don't know why that is. All this stuff goes out. It's the first thing I do when I finish the show. If prizes are won, they go out in a post. And again, Claire, they won a backdrop. And that took over 2 weeks to get there. And yet, sometimes I can send something to someone. It gets there the next day. It's weird, isn't it? We don't know what's going on with any of this post, really. Where do we get to? Kaz Trav? So there we are. Yeah, that was right. That's right, Claire. Sent 2 weeks ago. Shania's pen hasn't arrived yet either. So we're keeping an eye on those two. I would say give it another couple of weeks and let's see what happens. All right. Otherwise, I'll put some more in the post for you. No worries about that. All right, my loves. Okay, if I've missed anyone out on the raffle, if you've claimed by email, of course, then... Oh, what's this here? What's that there? Oh, okay, that's something else. That's something completely different. If you've applied by email, of course, I'll deal with your raffle tickets afterwards. Now, I completely forgot, very bad of me, that today, as well as everyone else's birthdays, we always look after the people that are with us on the live stream, okay? If it's their birthday, and it's Diane Jebb's birthday today, which I meant to do much earlier on in the show. Please accept my apologies, Diane, and please accept this song. Especially for Diane Jebb. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Diane. Happy birthday to you. All right, Diane. Happy birthday, darling. Diane's been with us for months and months now, haven't you, my love? And it's her little birthday today. So please, everyone on the chat box, wish Diane a very, very happy birthday today. If it's your birthday and you're with us live, you get preferential treatment. Yeah, preferential treatment for Diane this morning. Okay, happy birthday, Diane. Have a wonderful day, whatever you're doing, darling. Let's do the other birthdays. Other birthdays, of course, we've got Diane Jebb today, 58 years old. Happy birthday, Diane. Nathan Turner today, 56. I worked with Nathan at the Golden Lion, which was in King's Cross some years ago now. We had a good laugh there. David Tunma today is 42 years old. Happy birthday, David. Shiv McG. Why is there only 3 letters there? McG. Have you missed something out there? Happy birthday to you, Shiv. Mark Cracknell. Good morning, Mark. Happy birthday to you. The lovely Imi Cesnas. He's a lovely chap, 35 years old. Met him in the... oh, God, what's the name of that place? It's gone right out of my head now. It was in central London. I was doing the karaoke there. City of Quebec. Morning, Imi. Happy birthday. And Mick Nash today. I think that's something to do with Ronnie, aren't you? Something to do with Ronnie there. Today is 63 years old. Happy birthday, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. There's all our lovely birthdays, especially Diane's this morning. We've got an extra raffle ticket to give out there to Mr. Tony King, number 432 for you there, Tony. 432 for Tony there. Okay, right. One more story for you today, boys and girls. Snakes. There's a snake on the loose. Trust in me. Trust in me. Close your eyes. Bum, bum, bum. Trust in me. There's a snake on the loose. Lola, a Brazilian rainbow boa, is believed to have slithered out on her tank on Friday and gone on a run. And her desperate owner is urging locals to keep an eye out. Danger, gang. Danger. Oh, we need a red alert. Red alert. Danger. 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 This is in the Daily Star this morning. Lola, as a Brazilian rainbow boa in Western-super-Mare, left the house on Friday. Her owner, Elliot, is distraught at the loss of his beloved snake, who he's had for 3 years. He realised she was gone when he went to spray the tank, which Lola shares with 3 other snakes. Why would you want to keep a snake? I don't understand it. And tarantulas. Why do people want to keep tarantulas in their house? It seems that for some reason the air vent in the vivarium popped out and she got out through there, the Western College student told Bristol Live. The hole left in the tank is the perfect diameter for her to get through. He and his mum have turned the house upside down but couldn't find Lola, who is believed to be 6 or 7. Elliot fears she has made her way into some nearby fields. I don't know how fast she can travel, he said. But in the wild, I've seen them slither up trees very quickly, so I assume she could move pretty fast. It's not the first time Lola has escaped. A few years ago, she was found snoozing on top of a chest of drawers near the tank after it was left unlocked. Elliot says despite being 6 feet long and as thick as a tennis ball, Lola is completely harmless. Oh, she just wants cuddles. Poor snakes. It's so sad they've got no legs or arms. Sad. Why has the Lord decided that there is a little creature on this planet that doesn't deserve arms and legs? She is a very docile snake, but at the same time, very inquisitive, he goes on. She won't survive very long if she's out in the wild, and I'm desperate to find her. Please, find the snake, boys and girls. That's the last story in the Daily Star today. Chris is off now. Oh, we're off now, Chris. Do wait, darling. Do wait till the music's come up, my love. We like the music. Daniel, sadly, the party's off. Hang on. You're talking about to each other there. Good. Thank you very much, Chris, for saying you've enjoyed the show today. There we are. That's it on the show today. Thank you very much for joining us, gang. It's quiz night tonight. Who's coming to the quiz? 8 o'clock, live, exclusively on this channel tonight. Bring some friends along. Please copy and paste the poster on your various walls, and we'll get a few people to play along tonight. Have a lovely day. See you tonight at 8 o'clock. Cheerio now. Bye now.